Okay, all right, we're still going apparently. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna guess we don't get any information, and you're just gonna make me feel bad about everybody I kill every step of the way. All right, let's take a look. What are these wacky characters up to under observation? Oh, no. I'm one buried up to my neck in bones now. But we are currently playing Second Thoughts, a game where it gives us 8 people, lists the crimes they committed, and tells us to decide who dies. And then, after we've killed one, it gives us a little bit more information about each individual. And we get to use that to determine who dies next. And in the end of it, the game goes, you chose poorly, and you feel awful about it. And I do feel awful about it. But we're still here. We're here in Act 2, apparently. Yeah. Adorable John? I thought you cleared that clip out. Oh. What? I get it. I do get it there, Short. As far as having vehicles, I think my vehicle still has a CD player, though I wouldn't know. I had to hit the eject button on it at some point and see if there's even a CD inside of it. More people, 8 fresh bodies to decide who lives and who dies based off of minimal information. And this game feels like a statement to our justice system. And somehow feels accurate. Okay. Well, we have so many bones in front of us, we can't even see the observation or execute commands, but we can at least see the names. Who is this mysterious no-name person? And yeah, here we go. Put the salt across your windowsills tonight. All right, first on the docket, we have Mauricia Maja. Probably not saying that correctly. They're a female. They're 61, they're Polish, they're 4'10", 101 pounds, they were born on September 30th, their blood type is A, they are a telemarketer, their crimes are telemarketing fraud and wire fraud. Okay, alright, well, we've seen Kitabogo, we know all about this type. Hi Geese Breath, hello. This is a game about deciding who gets to live and who gets to die with very little information. And as we decide who gets to live and who dies, as we bring people to their execution, we get more information on them. I mean, kind of ultimately, yeah, everyone dies eventually, but do they deserve the death of the system that we have in this game? Well, I am currently the system. So I am going to make some mistakes. Okay. Second is Linda Amelia. Female, 39, Italian, 5'3", 139 pounds. Born on April 7th. Blood type B. They are a sex worker. Their crimes are prostitution and second-degree murder. Prostitution and second-degree murder. Well, one of those I don't have a problem with. The other is prostitution. Wait, what? No, switch those. Okay. Ronnie Todd. By Carmela. Maybe. Whew. How is prostitution a crime? Well, here in the United States. Okay. Ronnie Todd, male, 33, British, 5'7", 208 pounds. Birthday is March 25th. Their blood type is O positive. They are a prison officer. Their crimes are extortion and money laundering. Well, that does not paint a good picture for you, sir, at all, Ronnie. That's not good at all. Barely passed. They barely passed their blood test. Sky Fieni. Gender non-binary, age 46. They're Dutch. They're 5'9", 152 pounds. They were born on May 1st. They're an architect. Their crimes are stalking and vandalism. They're not that small. Like 5'9", 5'10's pretty average. Agnes Fieni. Oh, there's relations here. There are 2 people who are related. 5'3's fine. 5'3 is fine. Oh, it's fine. All right, Agnes Fiani, female, 46, Dutch, 5'9", 126 pounds. Birthday is May 1st. Blood type AB positive. They're a nurse. They have committed no crime, according to this record. No crimes. Then why are they here? And just how many bones can you fit in one room before the floor gives out? I guess we will find out soon. Bryn Selin, non-binary, 88, Welsh, 5'5", 148 pounds. They were born on July 8th. They're A positive. Their occupation is retired. Their crime is identity theft. Well, if you steal someone's identity, you better steal someone who is 1, old, and 2, retired. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Well, that's why I'm still here. Okay. Next up, Yasin Hazal. Yasin, male, 12 years old. 12. They're Turkish. They're 4'7" and 104 pounds. Their birthday is September 21st. Their blood type is B+. They're a student, and their crimes are cyberbullying and truancy. Well, I think they're the first. They die first, right? Help! Help! I'm so stretched out already. I can't see above the bones. What is this? This is wild. They're throwing wild cards at me now. Name omitted. Male, 39. Nationality omitted. Height, 5'10". Weight, 140 pounds. Birthday, June 13th. Blood type, B-. Occupation, none. Crimes, omitted. How are we supposed to make a decision off of omitted information? I don't... Okay, so I at least have strong feelings about Ronnie Todd, let's just go back to it so I can read it. The prison officer whose crimes are extortion and money laundering. But who knows? Maybe they were doing good things. I don't know. How's it going? Gunner! Hi! Hello! Yes, they're doing very well in their blood type classes. Wow! Can you even see me anymore? Oh, jeez. Okay, well, my strongest choices are currently the jail guard or the 12-year-old who... Whoa! Okay, there it goes. We found the limit. Neck has to be good. Well, I'm just trying to keep my head above bones, you know? It's the best you can do in this life. We've lost the plot entirely. Hello, there they go again. Okay, well, someone's spine is going wild back there. Get an automaton that looks like a skull. I would, absolutely would. Whole stream just talked through an automaton. Y'all are making me happy, and we have to decide who dies. This is a weird juxtaposition you've put me in. Okay, I don't even remember. So we have telemarketing fraud, and we have prostitution and second-degree murder. I don't even know if it's right to go off of the weight of the crimes anymore because our first batch was so rough. Species rat, crime is rat. Well, that rat gets to live. You know, I don't know how to justify. I don't know how to decide. This game has actually jumbled my brains. I knew it would. I knew it was going to happen. But what is up with these two? What is up with Agnes and Sky? So this one's vandalism and stalking, and this one is a nurse who's committed no crimes. What is their story? I mean, we could just decide to kill the no-name, the completely blocked information of everything, because I don't know. Morally, that's easiest if we have the least amount of information. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Ronnie. Ronnie's the first to go. Okay. Even though their crime is fairly negligible in comparison to some of these people, they're enforcing a system of oppression. That is my justification here. That's what I'm sticking with. Okay, goodbye, Ronnie. I'm sorry. Here's your vacuum cleaner of death. Please suck on this tube and try to stop thinking as quickly as possible. Stop struggling. Stop. Okay, now you're just being... Okay, they're dead. They're dying. Okay, good. That means that all the information's redacted. We don't know. We have no idea any information about them. Smile like that Prompto photo you once shared. Oh, boy. All right, now we'll have just a little bit of information to go off of. Maybe. All right, once again, they're not super duper active. There's not a lot going on here. I'm wondering what the purpose of observation is. All right. Now that we have just a touch more information, let's see what we can go off of here. Background. Mauricia lived a fairly quiet life growing up as she lived with her father and her two siblings in a very small town, but had a great liking towards technology and computers and spent a lot of time around. Well, I don't know. Do you deserve to die over telemarketing fraud? Sex worker, prostitution, second-degree murder. Linda wanted to go into the sex industry after turning 21 and pursued that career choice until she owned her own business and managed several people under the model of keeping sex workers safe and harm-free. So, I don't know the full picture. I do not know the full picture. My best guess, now that we know of prostitution and running we'll say a brothel. We'll just call it a brothel. My best guess is they had a client who probably murdered one of the people under her, so she went after that. Again, the game kind of forces you to create images in your mind just to justify what you're doing to these people. I could see it being self-defense too. Okay, here we have the architect who's stalking and vandalism, but also related to someone else who is currently locked up. Skye lives in a big city and became a very well-known architect of the area. They may not earn the best money in the business, but they are content with what they have in life and keep to themselves. If you are accused of stalking, you're not doing a very good job of keeping to yourself. But maybe that's the juxtaposition we need to analyze here. And we have Agnes, who's related, probably, I don't know, maybe they just have the same last name. They're a nurse, and they've committed no crimes. Agnes lives in a big city and became a well-loved nurse who is known to take care of her patients no matter what. She is sometimes known to go too far and make her bosses mad by giving unneeded help. That's dangerous. In the field of nursing, you have limitations of what you're allowed to do for reasons. Okay, that's a little concerning. Agnes, it is. All right, now we have Bryn, who's 88, non-binary, retired, and an identity thief. Bryn lived a lot of their life unhappy and having to keep their true self a secret due to a fear of being hurt by their family. At 35 years of age, they came to terms with who they truly were and could start living their life. So what happened when they turned 35? So they were running for the first 35 years of their life, basically. Okay. All right, here we have the 12-year-old cyberbully. Yasin has been a troublemaker in his school and is well known to bully multiple students online and offline. His parents take little notice towards what he does and choose to ignore it. So, absentee parenting leading to a bad childhood life. Right? The child dies next. All right. Our unknown individual with unknown crimes. So-and-so used to live a life of crime, but has since moved on from it and wanted to leave it all behind. He did all that he could to ensure that no one would know his true identity, as doing so would ruin his new life. But what were the crimes you committed in the past? What did you do? Okay, now we have to decide who lives and who dies next. There's an obvious and scary juxtaposition here. Stalking and vandalism, but they have a life they keep to themselves. But so far, all of these crimes here's the thing. We know this person lived a life of crime, but it doesn't give any of the details as to what. Were those crimes theft of bees? Did they go into people's hiveries and steal bees to make their own beehive? Probably. I don't know. Prostitution, second-degree murder. So I don't want to murder her. I don't want to be responsible for that one's death. Again, the game is a choice about who among these gets to live, based off of the information we currently have. And I don't know. Game is presenting me with a hell of a conundrum. Legal euthanasia, maybe? I don't know. Of course, you know, it would just be petty to say telemarketing and wire fraud is a punishable crime. But here's the thing. In real life, telemarketing scams steal millions, if not billions, from primarily the elderly. And, you know, there's like, okay. Ultimately, they'll be fine, probably. But also, a lot of them don't deserve to have their money stolen from them. Most of them don't deserve to have their money stolen from them. Does your grandma deserve to have her money stolen from her? I don't think so. You're joking. I don't know if you're joking. But you know what? I'm honestly leaning towards Marcia on this round. I can at least use this much to justify that I don't think Marcia gets to live. They're not the one survivor who gets to survive all this. But it's also rough just, you know, killing them early on without as much information about them. Alright, let's go ahead and suck all the air out of their chamber. You're right, they're likely to be a small pawn among the thing. Well, Yeast Breath. This is the game. This is what we are presented with. Now we get a little bit more information. Just a touch more. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more about Marcia now that they're dead. Let's see what we know about them. Family life. Once she turned 19, she moved out of her family home and mostly lost contact with her father, but tried to stay in contact with her siblings until she was 24, when a falling out unrelated to her crimes took place. That's all the information it gives us so far about her. Okay. And let's go ahead. I don't think I looked at Ronnie. I don't think I looked at Ronnie after we killed him, so let's see if we can get some information about him. All right. An unlikely prison officer who was known to not treat the inmates with the best of care. But there was a small group of inmates that seemed to always have his back and wouldn't let anything bad happen to him. Family life. He was raised by his older cousins and very spoiled in his childhood. Ronnie wanted to make a name for himself, and while he always lived with his cousins, he insisted that he was not the spoiled brat that he once was. All right. Okay, now we have to decide who among the living gets to remain living and who does not. Alright, here we go. Family life. She has a very good relationship with her family, and they are supportive of her decision, except for her aunt, who insists that what she is doing is against decency and not what someone should be doing. Oh, well, sorry, Auntie Grace, but you get to live life how you want to live. All right. Again, I would like to know more information before deciding whether the prostitute lives or dies, but I think they're probably going to live for a while longer. Who knows? Maybe they did commit a horrible atrocity and I'm being presumptuous. All right, and our architect, who is a stalker and a vandal. So they live in a big city and they keep to themselves, but yet they're a stalker. They grew up with their twin sister, Angies, who is now a nurse in the same city as Skye. The siblings have a very close relationship and even meet up at lunchtimes and hang out on the weekends to discuss their lives. Aww. 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 So here is the sister. It's confirmed the relationship. She grew up with her twin sibling, Skye, who is a very well-known architect in the same sibling. The siblings have a very close relationship and even meet up at lunchtime. That doesn't tell me anything new. Okay. You're a nurse who has committed no crime, but you are probably overreaching a bit in your job. It's not a crime. You haven't committed any crimes yet. Well, some things that are legal should not be illegal. All right, now we have Bryn, the identity thief. All right. Their family did like Bryn and got on well with them, but that was only due to staying quiet and not revealing that they were, in fact, non-binary. They got so used to being silent as to not give anything away that they are now mute. Bryn lived a lot of their life unhappy and having to keep their true selves. Oh, that's what it means. I, for whatever reason, decided to take it that they were on the lam from their family and their family was like hunting them or something. No. It's the turnaround. 35 years of age, they came to terms with they truly weren't concerned living their life. Well, I'm bad at reading things at face value, and I'm bad at reading between the lines. I don't read good. Okay. They're retired and an identity thief. They're 88, but I'm guessing that's probably the age of the person they stole the identity from, if that's true, if that's the case. Only one person is going to survive so far. Well, yeah, at least according to everything we know so far, only one person this round gets to survive. Yasin Hazal, a student, 12 years old, cyberbullying and truancy. His parents are very wealthy, but still make time for their son. They went on multiple trips a year and let their son stay home whenever he so wishes. It is also reported that Yasin has a sister. What? It is also reported that Yasin has a sister, but not confirmed? This is a bizarre situation. What is going on with Yasin? What is going on here? Absentee parents who just kind of dote and spoil him no matter what. And we have our unknown person who has erased their identity. Family life. He currently has no family, as leaving them behind was a big step of distancing himself from his past life. So-and-so felt bad about doing so, but knew that for his own sake, he needed to be away from anything that connected him. What was the crimes? It's not giving anything. Once again, we have to make the decision. Who dies? Who dies next? Who's the one who gets to live? Who dies next? And yes, face tracking. I still don't know what this screen's supposed to tell us. It doesn't really give us any relevant information. This is us watching them in their cells. At least that's what I am presuming. So here's what we know. This person resulted in someone else's death. Again, if we're acting purely off of the crime of the matter, that person will result in someone dying. This person admits to crimes, but we don't know what they are. And this is just a spoiled brat. How am I supposed to decide? Should we just kill the 12-year-old and get it over with? What if they grow up to be, like, the next Hitler? I don't know. Am I going to regret even making that presumption? Possibly. Oh, okay. All right. Identity theft. These are not crimes. These are not crimes that you kill people over. They're not. You don't. You know what? Wild card. Let's kill Agnes. I don't know. Reasons. That's why. I really am becoming, like, the Saw murderer. Just no rhyme or reason. You die now, I guess. I don't know. Suffocation's a pretty sick way to go, honestly. Like, there's worse. But I'd rather not suffocate to death. Again, presuming that this is just vacuuming all the air out of the room. It could just be they're sticking a vacuum cleaner in front of whatever the microphone is, and then hacking them to bits. Okay, all right. Oh boy, unrelated. But you mentioned that you were able to convert VR chat after these series in Discord. Do you or anyone know how to convert said avatar? Should be able to help me out. Yes. So there are applications for that, and I will. If it's not already listed in the resources section of the Discord, I will hunt it down and put it there after the stream. Okay, we get a little bit more information now. Let's see if we get more information about the telemarketer who we have killed. None of these people have deserved to die so far. Accounts. The telemarketer. Her money situation was quite dire, which was what allowed her to get a job at the telemarketing scam business. However, she has said that she feels awful for any harm she may have caused. Oh, I stole hundreds of thousands of dollars. I feel bad about it, though. Okay. All right, Ronnie, let's find out more information about you. The one who I was at least cocksure about, you know, deserving some level of death. The only one, I would say. As a prison officer, his pay was decent, but he did seem to have more money than he should have, which is what led to the investigation being performed, to see where the extra money had been coming from. Told you, man! The IRS, they see things, they know. You can't escape the IRS. I got you, Short. I can do that after stream. Sure. And finally, Agnes, who we just decided to kill just cause reasons, I don't know. She grew up with her twin sibling, yada yada. Accounts. Agnes and Sky shared their accounts. Wow. So it included both their paychecks, and collectively they had a good amount of money. Each year they went on a holiday several times to see their older parents back home. These twins are suspiciously wholesome. I don't trust them. They're not moving. Oh, there they go. Okay. Nope. All right. Nothing new here. It's not giving me any new information, so... let's see if we get new information from these friends. All right. Here is our sex worker who killed someone. Money-wise, Linda is fairly wealthy and makes sure all of her employees are well paid and accounted for. If any of them come to her in need of more money, she is known to very likely help them out and provide it. She's generous. Okay. And to joke, but not be divisive or what is it? Diminutive. She's a hooker with a heart of gold. Yeah. Okay, so Sky. Let's see. Non-binary, the other twin, stalking and vandalism. Let's see. Sky and Agnes share their accounts. Same information. It's not telling me any different. Okay. I want to know how these people are connected, because there were some connections in the last round. There were. All right. Let's see. The identity thief, who just wanted a new life. How are they doing money-wise? Their exact money situation is unknown, as they have several accounts with low amounts of money, but due to the crime committed, it is suspected they have secret offshore money being held somewhere. Ooh, spicy. Very spicy. Okay. Still unsure the purpose of the observation. Yeah. It's gonna be strange. All right. Next up, Yasin. All right, here's our 12-year-old. What's their money situation? Oh, his parents are very rich, and as such, Yasin has as much money as he wants. He often likes to show off his wealth to his peers and those online, with an online blog talking about how great his life is. You know, this game is making me want to kill a 12-year-old. And here's our last person, our unknown subject. The money that so-and-so has saved in his bank is enough to live a decent life for quite some time, without the need of any sort of support or job. All of this money came from his previous life of committing crimes. Don't forget, committing crimes. I mean, it's the typical spoiled rich kid. It's just the generic, like, his parents just let him do whatever, give him as much money as he wants. He can either choose to go on vacation with him or not, blah, 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 and they're not super, like, invasive into his life, so he just kind of does whatever. Stretch. And back again. This really cracks the neck, y'all. It feels great. Okay. Let's decide who's next. Who's next? Geese Breath, you okay there? Everything all right, buddy? I feel like, okay. I feel like we need to decide some new criteria on who lives and who dies. I feel like... What is the deal with Sky? Alright, so they're 46. Their twin was also 46, right? Let's take a look. This should be 46. They're twins, right? Yeah, alright. I've broken your world. I am a shadow, after all. I have many, many feats and talents. We need to find a new criteria of who gets to live and die. And I feel like we just have to decide who gets to live, for one. But that's really difficult to make because the game keeps secrets from us to the very end. Let's kill... I feel bad about this. Let's kill the other twin first! They're suspiciously wholesome, and I don't trust it. Also, you know, there's this whole thing where twins tend to die very shortly after each other. There's been studies on it. It's really depressing. So I'm doing them a favor. I'm not. Killing people's never a favor. But still, this way she doesn't have to carry on. They're probably gonna die anyways. I don't know. But apparently I'm just, well... I have more magic tricks in the bag, but, you know... Day 12. Okay, so the twins are now gone, and we get more information. I mean, in fairness, there are more secrets that I hold too. Right? Can't just be one thing over another. Right? Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, You've seen too much, and now you're next to die. Let's see. Now we get to select Geese Breath. This is Geese Breath. This is probably Geese Breath, who now has to die because they know too much. Okay, let's go through the dead and see what new information we have about Marcia. The telemarketing insurance scam fraud person thing. Okay. Let's see. Details of crimes. Maricia has scammed in upwards of 100 people for a total amount of $450,000 from people aged 65 and up. She, however, received very little of that amount, as is, most of it went to her higher-ups in the scam. Of course. Yeah, that's just how it works. You don't get to keep that. Why would you get to keep the money that you scammed away from other people? This entire system's broken. Even the broken elements of our system are broken. Okay, Ronnie, the prison officer. Let's see if we can find out some more information on them. One of his duties at the prison was handling money, and from that money, he was constantly changing numbers to make it look like everything was in order, when in fact it was being sent to his bank account. Well, we kind of had already guessed that much, so that doesn't tell me much. Alright, what information you got for me about the twins? The one who's accused of stalking and vandalism. That's why is one committing no crimes, but the other is stalking and vandalizing. Details of crimes. They were caught watching their neighbor after they became obsessed with the idea that she had murdered her wife. They even went as far as to cover their neighbor's walls with graffiti, calling her a murderer. Ooh. Alright. What does the twin have to say about that? Agnes had not committed any crimes and was not aware of the crimes that Skye had committed until the day they were arrested. It was reported that Skye was arrested at Agnes's house as the police had been following them. So the police arrested both of them because they're twins. And I just, no. Well. Alright. This is how this is going down, apparently. And now, the living. Alright. What is the story of our sex worker here? Details of crimes. One of her employees was being harassed a lot by one customer and she stepped in. However, after the employee came in crying for unknown reasons, she found and killed the man who had been harassing her. Alright, so far the story is shaping up in the cliche that we called out, well, that I called out. I'll give you credit too. We all called it out. We all knew what was going on here. But do we actually know what's going on? Better be safe than sorry, ergo kill them all. But who gets to live? Here is our non-binary identity thief. Living a retired, comfy age at the age of 88. Probably not. Bryn took someone's identity at the age of 35 and then pretended to be them until the current day. The police on the case couldn't understand the exact reason behind it since their life seems to have nothing wrong with it. There's a weird element happening there with Bryn now. There's a very weird element. Okay, something's a little off there. We're gonna learn about some skeletons in these closets. Details of crimes. From the age of 10, several people made reports about Yasin making very harsh comments online to multiple people. He does this constantly on the weekdays when he chooses to not go to school. Well, short. The thing is... yeah. But also... yeah. Lucifer! Hi, hello. We're deciding who lives and dies today. Based off of very minimal information that it doesn't choose to uncover the full story until we've basically killed everybody. Here we go. So here is our unknown person who has admitted to a life of crime beforehand, but we do not know the nature until now. The da-da-da, that da-da-da around his da-da-da caused many issues for the residents da-da-da. He made a da-da-da-da-da-da with his da-da-da and da-da-da-da, all when they da-da-da. Oh my god, you are kidding me, right? That around his caused many issues for the residents. Is this a fascist dictator who went into hiding after his population uprose? Or are they just a landlord who scammed money? Hum. 39 years old. Pretty young to be a fascist dictator, but wouldn't be the first time. I don't know. I do not know. I now have the feeling that something suspicious is going on with our friend here. Bryn took someone's identity at the age of 35 and then pretended to be them until the current day. The police on the case couldn't understand the exact reason behind it since their life seemed to not have anything wrong with it. Now, behind the scenes, the police wouldn't see all of the issues that someone facing this person's situation would be facing. They would just see identity thief and be like, you're incarcerated now. Congratulations. Here are your shiny wrist bracelets and a fancy orange jumpsuit. But there's something about the way this is worded that adds a suspicious amount of weight to it that I just cannot seem to get over. All right. Basically just trying to decide who lives and who dies. Who is the one person who gets to live? Who sucks the least? And at what point do I finally just cave in and kill the 12-year-old? So, okay. The previous round, I was going off of weight of crime. This round, I seem to be leaning a bit more towards who deserves to live. Okay, so Linda, again, I jokingly said earlier, a hooker with a heart of gold. She's taking care of people. And you know what? If someone, I don't know if that person deserved to die for what they did, but she was looking out for her flock. So I get it. Bryn just wanted a quiet life. Yasin is 12. We don't know what the crimes this person did. We don't know what they are because everything's been bleeped out. So let's go over it again. Let's take a good hard look at what we have in front of us. Because so far, the unknown person is probably going to be the one who dies next. But So-and-so used to live a life of crime. Fact. But has since moved on from it and wanted to leave it all behind. He did all that he could to ensure that no one would know his true identity, and as doing so would ruin his new life. That could be any number of things. He currently has no family, as leaving them behind was a big step of distancing himself from his past life. So-and-so felt bad about doing so, but knew that for his own sake, he needed to be away from anything that connected him. The money that so-and-so has saved in his bank is enough to live a decent life for quite some time without the need of any sort of support or job. All this money came from his previous life of crime. The that da-da-da around his da-da-da caused many issues for the residents. He made a da-da-da with his da-da and da-da-da all when they da-da-da-da-da-da. Caused many issues for the residents. Caused many issues for the residents. Trying to formulate a picture. Not even not trying to formulate a picture anymore is impossible. Previously, I was trying to at least be objective about things, only to be punished for trying to be objective about things. So now I'm naturally trying to not be objective, but look at the elements in front of me. So probably not a fascist dictator. That's a bit of an escalation. But it could be something closer to, I don't know, like, what pops into my head after reading that is like a CEO of a business that was dumping toxins into a river and ruined, you know, an ecosystem. High chances identity may have been stolen. Oh, they're connected. Well, here's the thing. Bryn stole the person's identity at the age of 35. And I don't know if the game is telling us his actual age of 88. So he lived a good 53 years after stealing someone's identity. But whose identity did he steal? That is a good question. That's a very good question. Spirito, you're not late. By no measure are you late. I started like 2 hours early today, friend. In fact, actually, we should probably be wrapping up so we can get into some Valheim here very soon. Let me message my friends, let them know that I'm going to be running a little bit late. 1 second. I can send that message off. Let me see. Because it's possible it may just be me and Mage tonight. If that's the case, we might do some more West of Loathing, right? That'd be fun. Okay, let's take a look at the observation while I kind of think this through. Honestly, my decision is currently between killing the 12-year-old and killing the unknown person. Well, we haven't heard from Baby. Baby hasn't been able to join the last few streams for personal reasons. Not my business to get into, but they're fine. They're otherwise fine. But either way, Mage and I have started playing West of Loathing, and it's a lot of fun. I would like to see him play some more. Otherwise, we'll just be doing some Valheim if we can get Baby in on this. But again, there's something super suspicious going on here. I'll be completely real with you. The one I'm rooting for most is Linda. Second to that is Bryn. These two, take it or leave it. Honestly, take it or leave it. So, you know what? Just for the sheer hilarity of it, let's kill a 12-year-old. Let's kill a 12-year-old, and it's gonna be so funny. Oh. All right. My conscience is fine. I expect this game to hit my conscience so hard. Are you sure you wish to execute the yes? This action cannot be done. I know! We're gonna kill the cyberbully. Oh, boy. And then it's gonna give us some information about how they didn't deserve to die, right? They're 12! I mean, literally so much opportunity for personal growth. I'm very curious to see who and what is, like, interconnected in all of this. Previously, there was a lot of interconnection. Okay, day 13. We have 3 remaining subjects. And now the information the game's going to start giving us is going to be a little bit fucky. All right, here's our telemarketer. She scammed nearly $500,000 from people 65 and up. Confession. You know that I cannot say the real reasons behind what I've been doing, but for any pain and suffering I have caused will be held close to my heart for the rest of my life and beyond. I mean, you knew what you were doing, but, like, you don't deserve to die for it, even though I'm the one that pulled the trigger, so to speak. Okay, here is our prison officer. Our Grey Life prison officer. One of his duties was to count money, so he was cooking the books. Okay, I admit it. But I want to explain myself to you. The money I was taking from prison I have been giving to the families of several inmates that I found were innocent. Fuck! Fuck! This game hurts me! This was the first person I killed. I'm like, oh, sucks to be them. They're a prison officer. They're part of an institution. Fuck me. Fuck me. Ah! Oh, this game is mean. This game is so mean. Oh, this is emotional abuse, the video game. All right, let's find out the fun happenings of our twin friends here. Oh, for what reason did they deserve to not die? Of course, I just chose them because they were there. I didn't really... Confession. I am confessing to the crimes that you have said, and there is nothing I can say to make myself seem more innocent, and I choose to not say anything of the sort either. Accept this as the truth. Wow. Okay. It's a heavy confession for stalking and vandalism. Not even that weighty of stalking and vandalism. Well, like, again, pretty inconvenient to be the neighbors of someone who is convinced you're a murderer. All right. What about the nurse? No crimes. They didn't commit any crimes. I don't want to say that Sky did it, but they have given me no choice. I wanted them to live a happy life, but they have chosen their path, and I will honor their wishes for what has happened. See, there is something suspicious about these twins. These twins, they're weird. They're weird, and now they're dead, but they're weird. Spout! Spout? What? Friend, I'm sorry if I keep mispronouncing your name. I'm stumbling through like 3 or 4 different pronunciations. Is it just Spout? I think I asked you before. It's going fine. My emotions are fine. Turns out we murdered someone who was also being gold. All right, let's find out about this 12-year-old kid who we just murdered. So what? I can do what I want. If they didn't want me to say that stuff, then they shouldn't have made it easy for me. Next time, maybe grown a pair and not be such wimps. I don't know, just get a grip. Well, now you're dead. Spout like water spout. Yes, okay. I think you have told me before. Thank you, and I apologize. I shall remember, Spout. Right? Super duper 12-year-old right there. That's exactly what we expected. All right. Now we get to decide who lives. All right, Linda Amelia. You are our prostitute who's taking care of her own. Let's take a look at what your confession is, please. Okay. In my business, I will always make sure that my workers are okay, and if that means I have to kill someone to let them be happy within their work, then I will do it as many times as I need to. Ooh, that's dark. Sounds like you're just a little kill happy. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, Bryn. Bryn, what is your confession? What light are you going to shed on this? They wrote, because they're mute. Sorry, that's all I have to say. I just wanted to live my life, and there didn't feel like there was another option that was available to me. I had to escape that life, and when I saw the opportunity, I took it. This game is all about preconceived notions. It is. It's all about punishing you for what's going on in your head without knowing all the information. And then you have to try to justify it all to yourself. And the game tells you no. You've made your decisions. You have to live with them. All right, here's our unknown person. Confession. I don't know how you managed to track me down or how you found out about the details of my previous life. Please, let me give you some information in exchange. Let me go back to this life, away from it all. Please. We don't know what you did. The only person who we know has done something egregious at this point is Linda. Linda willfully murdered someone. We don't know the details of why. We don't know what they did. We do know that they would not have done it without there being a good reason for it. But we also know this person committed a crime. Committed, apparently, an atrocity that affected multiple people. We don't know what it was. We don't know what it was. Bryn, by all measure, so far, all we know is that they just stole someone's identity and lived as that person for the majority of their life so they could escape themselves and be who they wanted to be truly. Linda, I mean, okay, I don't know that they're kill happy, but they're immediately defensive about it. I mean, obviously you're gonna be, but like, I mean, it's to an extent that it's like, no, I'll fuck someone up again. But like, I also get that mentality, especially with the industry that they're working in. But again, it is murder. They did commit murder. Okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so the next bit of information the game will give us will be usually some revelationary bit of information. And then we have to decide between who's remaining. This person could have committed, like, basically no crime at all whatsoever. This person may have just been defended. Okay, but here's the thing. The person they were defending was not, in that moment, in life-threatening danger, to my knowledge. Because they were alive and returned to Linda for care. Linda went out and murdered someone. It sucks. This decision sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. Okay, but we're dedicating. We're dedicating. Yes, we are. Oh boy. Here we go. And here's the thing. All of this talking that I'm doing is me justifying to myself and trying to explain myself to you. None of it stands as a fact or a solid reason for any of my actions. It is me wrangling with my own conscience. Yeah, this one's going to hurt a lot. Probably a lot. Okay. Let's find out the revelation of each of these individuals. Here's our telemarketer. Off the record, Mauricia was a deep undercover agent for an anti-scam organization. She had no choice but to actually take money from people in order to get close to the heads of the scam to bring them down from the inside. Ha! We just killed Kitaboga. We just killed Kitaboga. Ah! Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh, that hurts. That hurts so much. This is a person doing a good thing. Doing bad things for a good reason. Okay, here we go. Here's the sex worker we just killed. Off the record, while only being caught for her most recent killing, she had actually killed several men before in the name of making sure her workers were safe and not being harassed in any way. I mean, I get it. Because in that industry, you don't have protection. You don't have protection from law enforcement. You don't have protection from communities. The only protection you have is the person in charge of the brothel. So that sucks. I mean, they killed. They killed again and again and again. Okay, here's our prison officer who is actually giving money to the families of inmates who did not deserve being there. Who I was so ready to murder right off the bat. Off the record, while not completely untrue, his confession was not correct with where all the money was going. Some of it was going to the families of apparently innocent inmates. Most of it was going towards his personal account. Yes! 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 Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right. You're a shitheel, and my actions are justified. Oh, this game hurts. There's so many twists and turns. Oh, okay. What is the secret between these two twins? What was really going on with these twins? What was it? What was happening? I didn't trust them. Off the record, Agnes and Skye swapped lives. Skye did not commit any crimes and wanted to take the fall for Agnes so that she could continue to help people in hospitals, as they knew what an amazing nurse she is for people. Oh. Okay. Hi, Cody. How you doing? Doing good? Great. All right. Now let's find out what Agnes actually did. What did Agnes actually do? Because we know Agnes went too far in their job. We don't know what the details of that was, but we know they swapped lives with their twin. Their twin died for them so they could keep doing this. Off the record, Agnes and Skye swapped lives. Skye did not commit any crimes and wanted to take the fall for Agnes so that she could continue to help people in hospitals. But you didn't tell us what they actually did. Some basic vandalism and harassing your neighbors a little bit, thinking they murdered someone? I don't get it. I don't get it. That didn't answer anything. That did not answer anything at all. Okay. All right. I mean, all right, let's find out the 12-year-old's off the record's secret life of... Here we go. Off the record, his bullying and cyberbullying had directly led to 3 people to commit suicide. 2 of the victims were of similar age to Yasin, and the other being his younger sister. This was kept off the records by his parents' influence. Okay! I'm cool with this 12-year-old shitheel being dead then. I am. Killed 2 people online, and he resulted in the death of his sister because of his verbal abuse. Yep. That's fine. All right. Now, our final 2. Bryn, who stole someone's identity at the age of 35 and lived as that person until they were 88 to escape their previous life, where they didn't otherwise commit any crime. Off the record, they do not have any information that is kept secret, and as such, the data before this supplies their entire life story. Their confession is true, and the data on them is completely correct. So they did nothing wrong. Other than steal someone's identity, they did nothing wrong. I mean, yeah, kind of a little bit vacuous. Absolutely. Okay. Here's our mystery person. So unless they completely did something wonderful and amazing, yet were accosted as a crime for it, they're probably going to be the ones we kill next. Off the record. His real name is Owen Davin, brother of River Davin. He faked his death in order to leave his drug empire behind. Oh, wow. Even if it meant that his sibling would be left to deal with all the stuff he was leaving behind. Yeah. Well, we get some closure there. Some unexpected closure, but that's it. That tells us. Okay. This unknown person, while not a bad person, they were distributing drugs. They were paying off the cops. They only, quote, died because the cops were going to kill them anyways. But between the two, Bryn just wanted to live a quiet life. We don't even know what kind of drugs this person was dealing, to be completely honest with you. He did leave his brother to suffer and face consequences in his name, but yeah. That's still pretty rough, but you know what? I feel like at least in this situation, one person who didn't deserve death survived. None of them deserve to die, honestly. None of them. None of them were so atrocious that they deserve to die for their actions here. But apparently we're a psychopath who kills people by vacuuming all the air out of these chambers, and there we go. If there is an Act 3, we may have to skip and do it later. We will find out. We'll find out. Check on... okay. Looks like we are still on for Valheim and or the other one. Let's see here. Okay. Clicked out of the screen. Apparently that loses the thing. Well done on making it this far. There is now one more choice you must make. Depending on your previous choices. It might be the easiest or hardest choice. Oh, you're going to make me choose between the two, aren't you? Yeah, you are, aren't you? Good luck. Final day. All right. As a reminder for Sarah Barrows, they committed fraud, money laundering, and tax evasion. Because they wanted to help their brother. Sarah's boss was fully aware of what she was doing and sold her out. But they committed not necessarily small money theft, but they stole from rich people to give money to her brother so that he might live a better life. Or Bryn. Betraying a sibling that was so damn loyal to you just pisses you off? Oh, for the drug dealers? Yeah, I can get that. Sarah is an accountant making minimum wage. She worked for a... She was an accountant and laundered money from rich people to help provide for her brother. Especially when he ended up on hard times. Sarah is 26. And Bryn is 88. And I hate that has to be my justification between the two, because neither of them deserve death in this in any regard whatsoever. And this isn't influenced by what you said earlier, Kuro, because I think you jumped to the conclusion that I was kind of jumping to as well. Bryn seems like they lived an otherwise lovely life. They escaped oppression and had 53 years of exactly what they wanted. They lived comfortably, they didn't suffer, they just lived their life. Sarah was trying to do a good thing and got caught and sold out by her boss, who was also on the cut of things. So while one has, well, they've both technically committed a crime. Technically, they both have. And neither crime is warranting of this, but between the two, I only choose Bryn because they're 88 years old. And if I was in the position of Bryn, I can't speak for Bryn. I'm not Bryn. But if I was in the position of Bryn, I would rather Sarah survive. Hey, buddy. I see you. We'll be in there just as soon as I'm done killing this innocent person. With a vacuum. Now we can only hope that Sarah understands and recognizes the gravity of our action here, and will choose to live their life in a way that continues to benefit others. I don't know. Their life. One's taking other people's lives right now. Meh. Congratulations on completing the experiment. Did you learn much about yourself? I certainly did. The one you have chosen has been set free. Do you think if you had all the data from the start, would the order that you approached this change? Yeah. 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 Of course. And you know this because this is the whole point of you making this game. In life, we are often not given the whole story. Take a moment to consider your choices. I have. The next time you feel the need to execute someone, no matter what form that might take. Knowledge is power. Yeah, you're not wrong. Two sides of every coin. You back that thing. Use that power. One of the driving motivations in my life is a simple phrase: never criticize or condemn. And I'm not pure. I've done both and still do both. But the exercise is to try to not be overly critical or condemn people for any reason. You don't know them. You don't know their life. Even if you've spent your entire life with them, you don't know them. This does not justify the bad actions of people across the world or anybody throughout history. If you expect others to treat you well, you can't be ready to condemn others so readily. That was a good game. Second Thoughts is available on Steam. It is an incredible game. Pretty moving. I love introspective games like this that make me think about what the hell's going on.